Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Icebreaker versus the Snowdrift artifact. I've seen a lot of talk on this subject, so I'd figure I'd make a video about it, telling you guys the pros versus the cons of each of these artifacts, and ultimately which one I personally actually think is better in the end. So before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Borderlands 3 Mayhem 4 Zane builds. Don't forget to join the Zane Nation Discord channel. Link will be in a pinned comment down below. And if you want to hit the notification bell to get notified when I post, it helps my analytics a lot and I'd appreciate it. Now, I want to hear what artifact is your guys' favorite, so real quick, pause the video and comment down below with hashtag Icebreaker or hashtag Snowdrift. Let's see what team you guys are on in the comments down below. So when we're talking about Icebreaker versus Snowdrift in today's video, you should keep in mind this is mainly for the meta, redistributor, and see and dead builds. So of course there's going to be a dozen other builds where either or will be better, but we are talking about the meta Zane or Chain Zane. Moxie's made that name popular. Now both of these artifacts have their pros and their cons. We're going to break down each of them. But basically, before I reveal to you guys which one I personally think is better for the build, I have to admit something to you guys. I have been stalling for this entire video. So in the background has been playing some footage of the Mallowan takedown in true takedown mode in one of the hardest areas, the bridge. This is the most filled with mobs. And basically, we are rolling right through it just like normal because the redistributor, sentinel cryo, all that is super powerful. And the point is, if you guys have been watching this footage the whole time, I want you guys to guess which artifact I'm wearing. So I'm going to give you guys a second to think about it while I stall some more for the editing later on. I'm not sure exactly how this video is going to look in editing because I want to line it up with a certain point, but it only takes me about 2 minutes, maybe just over, to get through the entire bridge from the time that I get onto that area until those final gates open. So which artifact do you guys think I'm using? Well, let's open up my menu and show you. I'm actually using neither. I have no artifact equipped and I have no grenade equipped either. So what is the point, and what's the point I'm trying to prove to you guys by wearing no artifact? Now, I don't want you guys to think I'm saying it doesn't matter, because it does, and by the end of the video I'm going to tell you guys which one I think is better. But my point is, for the redistributor itself, the redistributor, sentinel cryo, and Zane's barrier, these three things, this combination is so powerful. So when we are just talking about the redistributor and this build itself, then it doesn't matter at all. Now, however, like I said, it does matter, so that's kind of weird. But what I think is you guys should choose based on your other weapons. So hopefully that makes complete sense to you. So if you're someone who likes to play with Maggies, you like to play with the Dictator, then the Icebreaker is going to be better for mobbing. You know, the Dictator, obviously you can't slide, especially when that weapon's in bipod mode. And same with the Maggie. Of course you can slide and shoot it, but you're not going to get the best results that way. So those are Icebreaker weapons, and if you like to use those weapons, then wear the Icebreaker. Now, if you like weapons like the Scourge, the Hive, Atlas Assault Rifles, even the Cutsman, all those weapons I just said are better with a Snowdrift. I've already made tier lists for the best weapons to slide and shoot. Link to that will be in the description. Then you should wear a Snowdrift. Now, ultimately, I actually do think the Snowdrift is better, but let's talk about the pros and cons of each and why I think that way. So first off, the Snowdrift. I have one thing to say, in my opinion, that sums up why I think this is the best option, and that is because Violent Momentum is the #1 skill in the game. If not in the top 5, it's very arguable. I'm not going to just flat out say it's #1, but it is one of the top 5 skills in the entire game out of any character. We've done tons of math with Violent Momentum, tons of testing, videos about this skill. This skill adds over 100% weapon damage if you are sliding with a Snowdrift while shooting. It adds over 120% weapon damage with a See and Dead class mod on, and even more with an anti-freeze when you can put more points into this skill. Ultimately, I think a lot of you guys who don't like to slide and shoot is because of how clunky it feels, and there's two reasons for this. The The first reason is controller settings. I'm actually going to be putting out a video on updated controller settings within an hour of posting this. So if you want to see how I play on controller, because I do play on controller and slide and shoot so well, make sure to check that video out. Hopefully, like I said, it'll be posted in the next hour. I'm going to update the description with it. Now, the second reason is because most commonly used guns are hard to slide and shoot with. Now, I've posted another video. I've posted a ton of videos about sliding and shooting, but there are a lot of good guns to slide and shoot with. I'm also going to be putting my tier list in the description, but I'm going to list them out for you real quick. We have AoE and splash weapons like the Flacker, the Scoville, or the Nukem. We have Atlas weapons like the Carrier, because you can plant your dart and then you can slide and you don't have to worry about aiming. We have Torg stickies, which you can stand completely still and shoot all of your stickies, and then if you slide and reload, all that damage gets applied. And finally, we have homing weapons like the Scourge and the Hive, and there's loads more. And the fact that we have all these weapons that we can basically use while sliding is why I think that the Snowdrift is ultimately better and probably the #1 artifact to use with Zane, and especially because Violent Momentum, like I said, is definitely in the top 5 skills in the entire game. Some people make arguments for why it's #1, but we're not going to get into that. Next, let's talk about the pros and cons of the Icebreaker. Now, the Icebreaker is actually a great artifact. I use it in my Dirty Dan build. If you love the Maggie, which I know a lot of you do, if you love a King's Call, a Rowan's Call, a Dictator, all of these great weapons, you should use the Icebreaker. It's almost that simple in my opinion. If you like to play the game a certain type of way with guns that are not good for slide shooting, then put on your Icebreaker and play the game how you want to play it. Now, the main downside to an Icebreaker, this is the main con for it, is that you can't leverage this artifact against bosses pretty much in any way since you can't freeze them. However, this is a perfectly fine artifact for mobbing, and it's going to get the job done. So ultimately, at the end of the day, like a bunch of other which one is better arguments, you should do the one that you like and the one that suits you better. You should realize, though, that there are literal pros and cons to each. And if you asked me which one is better, I'm probably going to say Snowdrift. However, if you guys like the Maggie, if you like the Dictator, you should play the Icebreaker because you like to do that, and it's a great option for mobbing. That's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to support my channel for free. It really helps with my analytics, and I've gotten so much love from the community lately. And speaking of so much love from the community, before we end the video, I have to thank you guys for helping me reach 10,000 subscribers. That is probably the biggest milestone that I will remember forever because, like, it's just one of those first milestones. Like, 10,000 is a real number. It's insane. I just got to thank you guys. There's not much I could say besides that. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And that's probably about it for this video. So as always, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Discord if you want. Pin comment down below. All that good stuff. Hit the bell. I appreciate you guys, seriously. But that's going to be it for me. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.